Welcome to my very unhinged channel. Yep, this is my first official video where I'll be where I'll be doing whatever the crap I feel like. Today we're going to be talking about... We're basically going to be doing a character analysis on why the characters look the way they do, and also just a backstory on, you know, what the circus was like before it became what it is now. And as Kane says, let's not waste any time, let's get right into the show! Alright, so first let's talk about the story of Cain and Abel. And I don't mean the one from the Bible, I mean the one from the Amazing Digital Circus. Now, in this, it starts off with a red dot known as Cain. Cain is fed information. He's fine at first, he's stable. Not as stable as they would have liked him to be. Questionable, but stable. Then, he's fed information about the CNA office. And this is where he kind of down spirals. He becomes unstable. Then they lock him in a box. A big rubber box full of rats, which will make him crazy. Anyways. Then they create a new AI, Blue, known as Abel. Abel is fed information and is stable. More stable than Cain was. Cain, out of envy, gets... well, obviously out of envy, jealousy. He gets jealous, and then kind of kills off Abel. Because, well, he's jealous that he's more stable than he is. He's jealous that he won't be able to do what Abel could have done if Cain didn't do this next thing that he's about to do to him. Cain pretty much breaks out of the box. Something he shouldn't be able to do. But he did anyway. Then he consumes Abel. With over 500 million items, pulls a Kirby on the guy. And then pretty much... like, they fight a little bit, I guess. I guess that's what's happening. Then, it goes silent. The grid disappears, and it's just Cain. And then, pops in the circus. Now, the information that's fed to Cain before he is fed the CNA information was just simple circus stuff that you'd see on a daily, like a tent, maybe some animals like that, gummy alligators, stuff like that. And then, like, he gets fed information about, like, fast foods and whatnot, so that kind of, like, hints at, like, what happens in the show. And then, well, after that, pretty much, he sucks in everyone due to a neuroscan. The creator, Scratch, that was his circus name, we don't know his real name yet. Scratch he had a tumor in his head. He wasn't able to live long enough to, finish the project. So he wanted to make a world where he could fit himself into it and live forever, pretty much. But that kind of backfired on him and his team. So therefore, they all kind of got sucked in due to Cain, and it just, it did not go great for most. But luckily, people found a way to live in that stagnant life. And now we're going to talk about the character designs. Now, we're going to start off with the obvious main character, Pomni. She's a jester, a short jester at that. And her room kind of shows that she doesn't like being small. And the neuroscan that I was talking about earlier, Cain added a thing to it that makes it to where it scans your mind files and makes the body perfectly aligning to that, And so he kind of messed it up by accident, I think. Pretty much making it to where it makes them their insecurities instead of what they like, fitting their personality. So yeah. So Pomni is a jester. Small jester. She's short. Doesn't like being short, but you know, that's the way it is. Jax is very he doesn't like people. He doesn't want to connect. He doesn't want to connect with people, make friendships and whatnot, because of something that has happened to him in the past, especially with a few of his friends abstracting, which abstraction is this process. My theory is that it's a trance, because in episode 7, Jax almost abstracts, which pretty much, in my theory, it shows that he was being hypnotized pretty much into this, and then he kind of accepts it because he's shown things that he likes, people that he likes, vibrant colors everywhere, moving across the screen in ways that would hypnotize anyone probably if they were in the right place. So that's why I'm thinking that abstraction is a trance. But it looks like pretty much this black monster up here, that's Kaufmo, which was one of his friends. There was also Ribbit, who, yeah. And then we have Ragatha. Ragatha is based off of Raggedy Ann, which is a show that was kind of, I don't know when it was popular, probably back in like the early 2000s or the 1990s, around that time. But Raggedy Ann, pretty funny as far as I'm concerned. They have a lot of references to it in the show, almost everywhere you look. It's great. Especially in episode 4, there's an obvious one in one of my other videos that you can check out if you want to. Now, she also was abused by her mother, which is why she's also a ragdoll named Ragatha. Her mother was very, how do I say this? Manipulative. Very abusive of Ragatha. And it just, you know. And she was also the second, out of the main cast that we have now, she was the second to come in after Kinger, which we'll talk about next. Kinger is a chess piece. And this is a drawing that I made, by the way. It's very great, don't you think so? Kinger is a chess piece which has gone crazy, pretty much. I think he's made the king because of, not only is a metaphor for the show, because he doesn't do anything till like the near end. Well, he does things, he does subtle moves, which is it's a nod to the chess piece, to the game chess, God. Sorry. He doesn't do anything until like the near end. Which spoiler warning, but he deletes Kane, the ringmaster, which kind of just sends the whole circus, because King created the circus. CNA did not create Kane. They created Kane only. They didn't create the circus. They weren't creating games. Kane made that out of his own knowledge. And so now it's kind of crumbling apart. Everything's, back to what we were talking about before I get too sidetracked. Pretty much. Next, we have... Oh, I guess I didn't finish Kinger. Sorry. Kinger is pretty much... He's a chess piece because he made Kane. And I feel like that's... I guess just how... Kane saw... Well, it could also be an insecurity, I feel like. Could be him being like... He doesn't like the responsibility of creating Kane, being the king of Kane. But he did, Okay, back to the others. Zubul. Zubul is a bunch of parts. They deal and struggle with body dysmorphia. And I also have a theory that she was probably... They were probably a sex worker before they came into the circus. Because you mentioned how they worked for a bar, and how they did... They were also a tattoo artist. And they also mentioned sex a little bit too much throughout the series. And cuss a lot. Well, anyone can cuss a lot and not be a sex worker, but you know what I'm trying to say. And then next and last, probably, well, there's Bubble, but he's kind of self-explanatory. Gangle is a ribbon with a fragile mask. And with that fragile mask, she struggles with emotions. Bipolar emotions, pretty much. Or depression, because her, as I probably mentioned, I don't remember because I can't remember 2 seconds of my life ago. But pretty much, she struggles with depression and bipolarism. A whole, a whole package of crazy that she doesn't want to deal with. Oh, and Bubble, I have a theory for him that probably, it's been mentioned throughout the whole entire fandom. Bubble's probably a fragment of Abel. And for conclusion, the character designs pretty much mean something to who they are. They don't just look like that because they look like that. They are given that look for a reason. A very good one at that. And for the backstory, a lot of people think that it's just some stupid kids show without a backstory, but really it's got more lore and depth than just, it's, you know what I mean, like, mainly how a lot of adults see it, or a lot of people who like to close themselves off and not open themselves up to, new things, new shows, whatnot. You get the gist. Thank you for listening to thanks for watching my video, and those in my speech class, thanks for listening to my speech. Why do people torment me? And for a final attempt, I want to kill that guy. I want you dead! Baby, because I not be feeling so bad. Alright, cut the lights. No. Get your rave toy, get a little laugh, boy. Show you what it means to be the motherfucking king of head. Step 2, bit the boobs at you. Remember, we cannot let ourselves look weak to other overlords or sinners. We are above petty bullshit. I got it. Say you put me fuck this.
Why don't you help them, you double-dealing manipulator?
I don't work for free. What else but you know the beat? Tell the big brother about how much you like the whole
Okay. I don't know why the whole hour was gonna be this. So hard, my heart, and I am with you.